All right. It appears I'm live. I hope it's live. Not telling it. I hope it's online. I hope it's telling the truth. I can't speak. All right. I'm chilling on my bed. It's one of those days. It is December, which is why we're doing our November recap. And it's just insane to me that it is December. I don't know how time is moving so fast. She really needs to relax, have some hot chocolate, and just chill. Just chill. But she's not. So here we are. It was another crazy month. I can't have like a normal month. I don't think. I'm not allowed to. That's just not how life works. So I'm here to just go through it. And then if anyone has any questions about anything, feel free to put them in the chat. I do my best to respond to the chat, or you can always leave it in a comment if you're watching it on a replay. And I do my best to respond to comments. If you're new, which is not likely if you're watching a live of mine, my name's Lauren. I'm the film student extraordinaire, and I'm finally feeling not so sick anymore. I'm feeling a lot more peppy, which is so happy about. And I don't know, I've gotten so much work done today. I feel so productive. I literally woke up and I showered. I never do that. I shower, but I don't usually do it right away when I wake up. But I knew I had so much to do today, so I just got my day going. And then I had class. I did a callback for my film. I'm just on a roll. So yeah, that's why we're doing this now. I have my notes ready to go. So let's just get started. So working chronologically, pretty early in the month, my mom came to visit me. Thanks, Mom. With our Poochie, Kaladin, the dog. And we went by Fairmount Park and we went along with the Schuylkill River, which is the river in Philadelphia. I think I pronounced it correctly. The Schuylkill. I think it's actually the Schuylkill. I don't know. I always say the Schuylkill, but maybe it's the Schuylkill. Whatever. We went to the river and they were just there to bring me some boosts of joy. And they also came a little later as well to see me and bring me a boost of joy. And it's just so nice to see my mom. And of course, I see my little dog, who's not even that little. He's a medium sized dog. But it's just nice to get some family time. I know I'm very lucky to be able to see my family so much while I'm at school. But it just really has been very helpful for my mental health and just a really nice way to kickstart the month because otherwise, it's just a very stressful period coming into November and leading into the end of the semester and finals. So my mental health was definitely meow. So it was nice to have my mom, and my dog to help try to bring it upwards. Then crazily for me, I went to my last Temple football game, the Temple home game as a student. I knew I wasn't going to be going to the one after Thanksgiving, so I went to the last one on the 13th. We lost. It was terrible. But the game was still fun. I went with my roommate. It was raining at one point, but we were there. We were cheering. One of my other roommates in the marching band. We were there cheering for her. And it was just a college experience, even though Temple totally lost very badly. It's fine, but it was just mind boggling to me. That was the last game because I've gone to so many football games with Temple now as it's my senior year, and of course I was kind of robbed of some because of COVID. So it's just kind of a surreal thing. I was super sporty because I then went to the basketball game that evening against USC. We also lost that game. Temple Sports. Um, but it was still really fun to see the halftime show. I know I'm not a huge basketball fan. It's definitely fun to watch, but I don't really know the rules the same way as I understand football. So it's just a little hard for me to get into it. But the halftime performance was canines in flight. It was frisbee dogs. Adorable. I mean, dogs are always adorable. Dogs jumping into the air are adorable, and dogs jumping into the air and catching frisbees, extra adorable. So that was just a really nice way to have a Saturday. And then my roommate and I went to the King of Prussia Mall on Sunday because I needed a dress and she needed a coat. Now, I'd never been to the King of Prussia Mall, which if you're not in the area, you're probably it's a mall, but I've heard so much about this mall, okay? It is apparently it is a huge mall, big mall. I always see signs for it, never gone. So I was more excited than I should have been to go to a mall because that it was the King of Prussia Mall. So I go to the mall, and it was big. Like if I'd gone there by myself, I would have gotten lost. I still like feel like I almost got lost, but I had my roommate to be like, I've been here before. We're going this way. Now, I we got lunch at the mall as well, but we kind of what did we do? We went and looked for the dress, and then we put the dress on hold, and then we went to Nordstrom to look for the coats, and then we got lunch. The coats we also put on hold. Then we did like a little trip around to look at other dresses and coats, and then we basically got our original dress and coats, if that makes sense. I know that was like probably a bad way of explaining it, but our gut instincts were good. But it was just really fun. I hadn't really gone to a mall where there's like more and more people again in a while, so that was cool. And I wore a mask the whole time because I just wear masks so much at school because you have to like around the Philly area. So when I go further out, it's just like natural habit for me to keep wearing a mask when I'm indoors, like a big mall situation. Then that was on Sunday. So then on the 19th of November, I know we're kind of jumped there. I didn't do a lot of crazy events. I did a lot of homework this month, but excuse me, there was the DKA Fall Formal. DKA stands for Delta Kappa Alpha. It is the professional cinematic society I'm in, if you didn't know what that was. And we have a formal every semester. We haven't really had formals because of COVID in the past couple semesters. So it was very exciting to have a formal again. We all dressed up in the apartment because one of my other roommates is also in the org, and we brought a roommate. So we were like all getting ready together, which was super fun. And I put my hair in curls. I wore my new dress. And it just felt like such a freeing like college evening to like dress up again for something, because I feel like you just don't dress up so much during COVID for things. So it's nice to feel like a normal college thing to do is, to go to a formal. I feel like a lot of people I know, at least who are in some kind of organization, would does like kind of a dance, formal season and all that stuff. And to actually, be participating in that again was just, it felt very special. And I only have one more like DK formal left in the spring. So I really, really hope that everything works out and I'm able to go to that in the spring. I know with like the new variants, everything's like a little, wishy-washy, but I'm just really happy that at least I was able to go to one DK formal my senior year because, I don't have many left. It's crazy. And then all of a sudden it was literally fall break. So my mom, thanks mom, came pick me up on Saturday, and we went chugging home, where I crashed on my bed. Then on Sunday, so the first day of my fall break, like officially that I was back home, I went with one of my best friends to the Turtleback Zoo. She hadn't been to the zoo in ages. I go to that zoo pretty often because my family loves that zoo. So it was really nice to go. See all the animals. A lot of the big cats were MIA. I mean, they're not actually missing, but like we didn't see them. We heard some of them, but they weren't like out and about. But we did see like the lions and the cougars, but no jaguars or leopards or anything, which is disappointing. But I mean, there were tons of other animals that we saw. We saw giraffes, penguins, flamingos. Like we saw two maned wolves. I literally forgot about them until just now. Usually I only see one maned wolf or I just see their ears, but we actually saw both of them. So it was still definitely a successful zoo day. They also have this little train at the Turtleback Zoo, and it's definitely for like children. So like you see mostly people with young children or like grandparents and the young children. Me and my friend went on the me and my friend went on the train. I mean, there's not like a height requirement or anything. Like anyone can go on the train with the zoo admission. But I don't always go on the train like that often anymore because, there's a line and, just kind of looking at the animals. But we wanted to go on the train, and I felt divine on the train. It was like magic on the train. So pretty cute. And then you get to wave at all the people who are walking by because it goes by past like a reservoir in the area. And it's just a thing. Like you always wave at the people walking, and the people walking always wave on people on the train. When I'm walking on that loop, I wave at the people on the train. It's just what you do. So that was really cute, very fun, and just like wholesome. I don't know. This is like spice. Like I don't know why I did like a wholesome with like a spice. What I do when things taste good. I don't know. I'm rambling now. Let's move on from the train and the zoo. Then on Monday, on fall break, I had to go to the doctor. Sad. I got my tetanus shot. Very sad. I mean, really good, but sad. Went to Sandy Hook. We let the dog off the leash. I think I may have mentioned some of this in my last live stream that I did, a little update, but I'm just going to talk about it again. So it was definitely cold and blustery, but it was still really nice to go see the ocean. I always like the ocean. If it was a little like sunnier, it would have been so much nicer, but it just like wasn't that sunny. But it was still fine. I had my coat. I was not gonna freeze in my coat. Let me tell you that. And Cal was so happy to be running on the sand, and it just was like very wholesome, very sweet. And then I was like, basically, just as I said in my last video, I was sick. A mix of like a cold and probably like the tetanus shot because the doctor said I was probably going to feel some sickness. I did get tested. It wasn't COVID. I was just sick, but I was still feeling miserable, especially Tuesday. Like Tuesday sucked. I had like all these big plans about getting a ton of work done. I was going to film a video. And then I literally just like spent the whole day lying in my bed because I was so tired and just like coughing and sniffling literally the whole day. It was a disaster. But anyways, now I'm better, so it's fine. Then we had Thanksgiving. We hosted, so we had the family come over. Cal was pretty well behaved. It was pretty impressive. I think he was just terrified, but it was fine, and got to talk to a ton of my relatives. We haven't really been all together like that inside, and like all together in a while. So that was it was so lovely to see everybody in person and just to be back with everyone and having like another chaotic family meal where we're having like 4 different conversations and your grandma says something weird and just like the usual family relative stuff. It was really special, and I mean, I don't think I ever really took family time for granted, but I feel like I especially don't take family time for granted anymore after like everything that happened. And yeah, it was just really nice. Then Thursday night, I went to one of my cousin's houses because we were staying over, so we can get like an early start Friday to go shopping. Where we went to the Garden State Plaza Mall, and I got some new clothes. You can't see, but I'm wearing my new skirt today. I'm also wearing tights and leggings because it's cold, but I am wearing my new skirt just to feel something. So that was just fun. The mall was definitely crowded, but we had masks on the whole time. Not everybody did, but I'd say maybe a third of people had masks on the whole time. Um, but it was not as crowded as it's definitely been like in years past. Obviously, last year didn't go, but it was nice to do something that felt kind of normal, even though we were wearing masks. And as I was saying in the other video, I got some new clothes that just make me feel really good about myself, my body, and I think that's what clothes should do. So that's really nice. I just got a bath bomb for myself that I already used because, why buy a bath bomb if you're not going to use it, right? Then, guess, oh, I was like, what else do I have on my notes? So I don't know what I did. I guess Saturday I just did like more family time stuff. Yeah, really, Black Friday was crowded last year. At the mall? I guess I just didn't really go. Probably no one. I guess everyone was like me and was like, it's gonna be really, it's, people are sick. Well, I thought no one was gonna go. Maybe everyone thought no one was gonna go, and then everybody went. But that's interesting. I don't know. Now I'll never know, I guess, because I think I may have gone late in the afternoon to like my local mall with my mom, but like late in the afternoon, Black Friday is like fake Black Friday shopping. Like this year, we hit the mall at 8 a.m., which I know some people will go much earlier than that, but like I usually wake up at like 8:30 or 9 a.m. on a typical day. Oh yeah, I forgot you worked at Bath and Body Works, so you knew how long the lines were. Well, Bath and Body Works has its own special power. There must have been like a good candle sale or something. Oh, says that's how they get you. I remember once I was like, I went to a thing. I was at like I didn't even know there was a sale, and I walked by some like Bath and Body Works somewhere, and there was a sale, and I left with 5 candles. 5. I don't know. I'm holding up 10 fingers. 5 whole candles. Well, you had the life of the party. The life of the COVID party was Bath and Body Works. Okay, wow, that's wild. Wow. Well, I did not go to Bath and Body Works this time, so I can't assess. But I guess the lesson is that nothing can stop Americans from shopping for candles. 24. I don't even want to know how expensive 24 candles is for somebody. I felt rich with my 5 candles and I gave 2 of them away, like as presents, because I couldn't justify spending 5 candle money on myself. That sounded really depressing. I do justify spending things for myself, but I also like I burn candles, but it's not like I'm burning a candle 24/7, so they do last a decently long time, or at least long enough that like for someone else to buy me a candle or to wait for the next sale. But yeah, I don't know. Now I'm feeling very tempted to go light a candle. I don't know. One of my friends lit her like a candle the other day and it exploded because it was like way too close to the bottom. And now I'm a little stressed because one of my candles close to the bottom. I don't want it to explode. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, if you're not burning a candle, like I don't think candles expire, but I'm looking at my candle right now. That's what I'm looking at. But they do otherwise just like sit around. Like I had some candles that I thought their shapes were so cute or they were so pretty. I was like, I'm never gonna burn them. And then all of a sudden I was like, I have like 15 candles. Like I need to burn them. Like there's no point in keeping them. Like I tell myself I'm gonna smell them. I never just smell the candle. Like unless I burn it, I should just give it away. Yeah. Training in action. It's crazy. I wish I don't have any fun candle stories, really, or candle store stories. I used to make candles with certain waxes, soy wax and gel candles. That was at camp. I don't just like make candles. Imagine me just like having a candle business in my tiny college apartment. Yeah, I'd probably set the whole thing on fire, which would be a pretty big L. Yeah, complete like the opposite vein of fun candles and cozy scents. Went to the Giants game versus the Eagles. We won! Woohoo! I was so happy. I have no idea what SQ shy squishy squishy. Okay, I can't read whatever code you just typed. Um, I feel like I should know what that means, but I have no clue. Um, oh, it's an emoji. Oh. Well, I obviously need the better extension because I have yeah, I don't see it. Sadness. I'll just pretend it's something really amazing and special. Very special emoji. Um, maybe it was a football emoji because I was talking about football, but I kind of doubt it. That was also cold. No one was expecting us to win, even my father. But I had faith in the Giants. And we lit a we lit a fire pit, like not a fire pit. We made a little fire. Maybe that actually is I should have transitioned that way from candle to fire pit, but I didn't really think ahead. It didn't smell anything cute though, like the Bath and Body Works candles. It was warm, but it was also super smoky because like one of the logs was just like had so much moisture in it that it literally also like never burned. So my dad kept grumbling about he put the wrong log on the fire. Like whatever, dad. Like this big log just did not burn and just kept like steaming because it was like heating up so the water was coming out, but it was just like so old and wet that it just never really caught fire. One person was impressed by our fire pit, but pretty soon after that person walked by and was like, nice fire, it just like died. So really timed that quite well. But regardless of the aesthetic of our fire pit, it did give us some warmth. We still had burgers, not on the fire pit. We had a grill. We're not that crazy. We had hot chocolate and just waited for the game basically in the tailgate. We got there I think we get there early, but there's people there who get there like a zillion years earlier than us. My sister and I threw the football around. I usually have an okay spiral when I'm not wearing gloves, but I was wearing gloves because it was cold and I sucked basically. I mean, I could throw the ball and I could catch the ball, but it was not pretty. It was not like those glorious spirals that somehow, you see like those 3-year-old children in the parking lot throwing. I'm like, I'm 21. Why can't I throw a ball half as good as that? I don't know. But we did stay also the whole game. Sometimes if a game's really bad, we leave like for the third quarter or sometime in the fourth quarter. But we had to stay right until the end because it went right down to the wire about who was going to win. And the G line, that's the Giants drum line, was there. And Nicole and I, as we were both in marching band, and she's like a percussionist, we really love the drums. So it's always fun to see them. And like no other football team, to my understanding, has like a drum line. There's football teams with cheerleaders, but like who else has a drum line? Like I'll wait. Um, so that was just like a really fun way to kind of kick off the end of fall break to end November, going to a football game where we won. My grandpa ended up leaving his phone in the parking lot, so that caused a little adventure of picking up the phone from this nice lady who found it and then delivering it. But it was funny enough because we won the game. If we lost the game, it would have been very, very irritating. And then the next thing I knew, I was like shuttling back to Temple. And by shuttling, I mean my mom drove me. Thanks, Mom, again. Not yesterday, on Monday. And then I was just like panicking to get all this homework and stuff done. And I like wasn't sure if I was gonna be able to live stream today or if I was gonna have to do it. I was gonna do it yesterday, and then I was not gonna happen. So I was like, I'll do it for my Wednesday video. And then last night I was like, oh my god, I have so much homework to do. And that's why I was so proud of myself for waking up and just showering immediately to like get my day on the right track, to just bang all the things I needed to out. I still have a couple more assignments I want to finish tonight. Well, not finish, but like make progress on. But this was like definitely something I wanted to do. Thanks for tuning in. If there's any like last minute questions or anything, please leave it in the chat. Otherwise, as I said, you can put it in the comments. And I really one day will want to know what that emoji is. It's gonna haunt my dreams. SQSHY. Just such an interesting way to not show an emoji. Scooshy. The stuff of nightmares. That being said, I hope everyone had a good November. Let's hope December is decent. And we are almost ready for the time of 2022. Then we can all say 22 like Taylor Swift. All right. Bye.